As you guys can see, this one agency that I'm currently running that offers AI to local businesses is currently sitting at $40,000 MRR. And again, our churn rate is less than 5%. Now, this is going to be a pretty simple video. I'm going to be walking you through exactly how one simple AI website template makes me $48,000 a month. And I'm going to be giving you the step-by-step guide. No bullshit, literally just me walking you through it. Now, again, this is going to be a very simple blueprint video. Again, I currently charge local businesses $297 a month. We currently have about 161 active subscribers that pay us that every single month. And again, less than 5% are leaving every single month. Now, really quick, guys, before we get into things, if you want to join my Discord server, that's discord.gg/mastermind. It's essentially called Agency Mastermind, a ton of really like-minded individuals. And again, just a super cool networking environment, and it's completely free to join. Let's get straight into the video. So what am I actually selling now? This business model as a whole is quite simple, to be honest. We're essentially selling local businesses, essentially websites, right? So for example, if I was to look something up like plumbing near me, and we were to obviously go onto Google, you would see a ton of these local businesses. This is kind of our primary target who we actually reach out to. Now, clicking on any of these pages, you can obviously see that they have websites linked. So right here, this is an example of a pretty good website. They have their phone number, their email, their obviously inquire form. So this is someone we personally wouldn't choose to reach out to. But again, this kind of gives you the idea of who our primary demographic is and what we're actually trying to offer them. But for example, if we scroll for a few more minutes, you'll see right here, Russo Brothers Plumbing and Electrical. These guys don't have a website. They don't even have directions. They have nothing set up, but they do have a phone number. What this means is these are the prime people to kind of reach out to and offer these websites to them. Now, again, at face value, you might be saying, well, is it really that easy of a sell? I mean, who's going to be spending $197 to $297 a month to pay you to just host them a website? Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, most of these local businesses aren't that familiar with how the online space works. They're pretty old fashioned. And again, they see a lot of intrinsic value when it comes to website hosting as a whole. So again, while it might not seem like an amazing thing to you or I, it is to them. Now, how do we actually offer these websites to them? Again, we don't want to have any coding experience and we don't just want to use AI to make the website. So what I like to use, and this is not sponsored, this is literally how I do things. I look up Framer templates. For example, let's say we're doing a plumbing site. Head over to the plumbing section, which again, literally just gives you a free high converting plumber site. We can click on the preview. You can see just how nice and well made this site is right off the bat. I mean, literally, I can click on use for free, literally go ahead and wait a few seconds for this to actually generate. Go ahead and add that to my Framer account. And let's say I was reaching out to that company I just showed you, Russo Brothers, and I said, oh, I made you guys a demo site. Do you want to take a look? I would literally write up Russo Brothers Plumbing, go ahead and simply change the image to whatever I want it to be, whether that's a plumbing company rather than that specific company. Go ahead and obviously delete this specific thing and kind of just edit the site to be however you want it to be. And again, you literally click on publish and your site that again took you zero effort to do is now completely finished. You can go ahead and drag and drop anything. And the craziest part is, this is what I personally did, but once we have one specific site, so for example, we'd have a site for plumbing, a site for scaffolding, roofing, tiling, car detailing, we'd have a specific template for every single subset business model. And then we'd literally just go ahead and offer that to a bunch of different local businesses and just reuse the same template over and over and over again and just change their logo or change their image or change their name. So pretty simple stuff to do. And again, this is insanely easy how kind of low barrier to entry this specific business model is. Now, again, that's how we kind of host the site, right? Once you have obviously the website, let's say you manage to sign your first client, the next step that I obviously do, and this is one of my special methods that I've personally utilized from the start. Now, most of these local businesses, you have to give them no reason to ever leave you, right? That's pretty important. That is pretty apparent, right? You don't want them to ever churn. Churn meaning they're exiting and they're, canceling their subscription and not working with you continuously month to month. Now, one of the ways that I've personally gone about incentivizing churn and making sure our churn rate is so astronomically low is by ensuring that we own the domain. So for example, if these guys don't have a website at all, what we can actually upsell to them even further is say, look, we'll purchase the domain for you, we'll hold the domain for you, we'll handle it for you. Now, for example, let's say I was working with Russo Brothers, RussoBrothersPlumbing.com, for example. Let's go ahead and see if this is available. I'm not too sure if it would be, but again, yeah, perfect, it's available. So I'd literally grab this for like $7 a year, literally go here to the settings tab, click on domains and just link the custom domain that I just purchased. And again, by doing that, they're not able to freely leave us. It sort of locks them in, and as up as that sounds, truthfully, it is an amazing way to kind of further optimize your churn, and just all these things culminating and combining is really what makes this so feasible to actually offer to these businesses. Now, what are we actually offering them? Our ideal pitch is essentially a way for them to capture extra leads. Now, the way we do this is something called Framer plugins. Now, again, this is completely free to do. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Let's say you already have your Framer template, which again is literally what we do one for one. I'll go ahead and show you one of our templates after this, but again, head over to the Framer plugin section. Now, think about this. What can we offer to these local businesses that they don't already have, right? To actually get them leads when they're, for example, not answering the phone. For example, when they're not open. Again, a contact us form. Maybe if we look up contact us, contact form, literally completely free, open plugin. You add it directly to this project, and then you can just drag the contact form right here. That's a further kind of optimization, right? You can give them leads consistently, even while they're closed directly on Google. Another thing we can offer is, of course, live chat. If I look up live chat, there's a ton of AI live chatting softwares. Right here, we have a WhatsApp pop-up, obviously an AI chatbot widget. You can add this directly to your plugin for completely free, and that will do AI chatting and learn based off their website. So the amount of upsells we can have that, again, is zero extra cost on our end, and all we're literally doing is just duplicating the project over and over and over again. Once we have a specific base model that works for us, it becomes astronomically easy. Another kind of pro you can do is talk to them. Look, I'm going to handle your entire website hosting alongside everything else. Most old people, most local businesses, they think that hosting a website is some expensive venture. On Framer, it's like $4 a month, $6 a month, $7 a month to host a website with the domain, with everything. So again, all in with any specific client, you're probably looking at maybe $40 a year. And again, if you close them at $197 for 12 months straight, you're paying $40 to receive $2,400 in lifetime value from that client, presuming they last for an entire year. And again, this is the same thing that I've personally used to scale numerous of the people inside of my mentorship program. Again, guys, this is not a plug or anything, but if you do want to work directly with me, check out startofferingai.com. It's my brand new one-on-one mentorship program that just opened up. And again, if you don't have at least 20 clients paying you $197 a month by the end of the 90-day program, you get a complete money-back guarantee, no questions asked. And again, watch this video. If you think you're a good fit, go ahead and book a completely free call with myself, and I'll make sure to be in touch. But again, this is one of those things that people don't actually understand, right? Like, you don't need to be getting that many clients to be making a doctor's salary, for example. Like, if we're charging $197 a month to these local businesses, realistically, even if we play devil's advocate and we say we've only got 25 paying clients every single month, 25 paying clients at $197 a month is still 5,000 USD a month. Like, people don't really comprehend the easiness of this model. And I know a lot of you guys, and maybe not all of you, but the majority are probably going to call bullshit. You're going to comment down below, you know, guru, LARP, scammer, all this crap. Think about it logically. This is one of those business models that you know works because it genuinely makes sense to you that this would work. I mean, you're literally just selling a website to real humans. It's not rocket science. Doesn't take a genius to be able to see how this model would work. And again, following what I'm talking about, it is impossible for it not to. So again, just to clarify, we're hosting the site on Framer. We're using Framer plugins to kind of upsell and have intrinsic value. We're of course giving them a high quality site because these sites look amazing. I mean, in terms of quality, you're really not going to get much better than this, even if you were to commission someone to actually spend a lot of money on this. And then of course, hosting the website for them and purchasing the domain. Now, again, what are all the deliverables we can kind of access and offer to these people, right? We can offer them SMS follow-up forms. This captures leads. We can offer them AI chatting that learns the company itself. We can offer them email follow-ups. We can offer them SEO optimization, which again is mostly bullshit, but people don't actually realize this. We can offer them, you know, Google reviews. That is a massive thing for the average person. All these local businesses, all these old people, they think Google reviews are the holy grail and the end all to be all of everything. Google reviews are not that crazy, but again, it seems like it is to these people. Again, if you want to actually learn how to get Google reviews, you probably know what I'm talking about, and how to remove negative Google reviews. We talk all about that in the program as well. It's not a plug. I don't really give a fuck if you decide to work with me or not. I'm literally just sharing this for completely free, giving you guys the source that I wish I had when I first started this agency. Now, in terms of actually outreaching, this is probably the biggest question I get. And again, none of this shit matters unless you actually know how to reach out to these local businesses, which again is probably the most important part, right? Now, how do we actually do this? There's three things. So first thing, and I'm going to kind of rank these in order as well. Cold calling. This is one of the reasons why this business model is so lucrative, is because there's zero barriers to entry. You could watch this video today, decide to be an action taker, and I know that only 1% of you guys are actually going to do that. But again, even if I'm able to just help 1% of you, makes me happy. It is so easy. Just cold call. Let me show you how this works. So for example, you want to choose a sub niche. Now there is so many different sub niches: plumbing, scaffolding, roofing, tiling, car detailing, whatever it might be. Choose some bullshit. Let's say roofing. Literally look up roofing near me. And again, this is why this works so well. Is different for all of you guys. All of you live in a different area. You're all going to be reaching out to different people. It's not like there's going to be a conflict of interest. That's why this business model is so free for me to talk about, because I know none of you guys are going to be reaching out to people that I already work with. Now, let's say you're working with roofing. How do we do this? Literally scroll through. What you want to do is click on all of these companies that have websites, and you want to find the ones that don't have websites. Right here, Right Choice Roofing Services. They don't have a website. I'll save this on a document. Next, I'll scroll through and make sure any of these guys have shit websites or websites that don't load. Here we go. This website literally doesn't load. AMS Roofing. So I'll go back up. AMS Facilities Group. Perfect. We know they don't have a website. That's our leverage point. So make a document. Put all your leverage points. This company, no website. This company, slow website. Get all all that document ready for you, go to their phone number right here, literally call them up. I've actually posted a few of my call templates inside of my community and also on this channel as well, like free call scripts that I personally use. I'm going to give you guys a really quick rundown. Hey, is this AMS Facilities? Awesome. My friend Jenna, she's a good family friend of mine. She said you guys do amazing work. I'll say, oh, great. I don't know a Jenna. No worries. Oh, no, fair enough. That makes complete sense. No, she just recommended you guys to me. Funnily enough, I'm actually a web design student and I've been kind of refining my work. And again, I got recommended you guys. So I figured I'd kind of reach out. But what I actually did was drafted you guys up a completely free demo site. And again, I'm not trying to tell you anything. Like if you don't want it, tell me to fuck off. If you do want it, I'm happy to hop in a call and kind of show you it. Again, already made, completely free. That's the way you want to pitch it. You never want to sell on a cold call. You want to book them into a further call in which you can actually sell on where you already make the demo site. Once they say, yes, I'm happy to do a call, you create the demo site in Framer, literally change the name to theirs and show that to them in the live call and go over all the other deliverables you can actually get them on. And then you close them on $197 a month. Again, I know it sounds stupid. I know some of you guys might be a bit anxious, kind of getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. But again, this is one of those things that you just have to button down the hatches and just do it. It is so worth it. And again, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just found 5 companies with no websites in minutes, right? This is not hard to find real people that run real businesses that can afford to pay you this. Even if you position it as, you know, the average roofing job is what, like $2,000? You only need 1 client a month from my efforts to be making this far worth your effort and far worth the money and value we're providing. Now, the next method after cold calling is cold SMS. Now, this is much more scalable per se. You can kind of cold SMS all these local businesses. Problem with cold SMSing is it's nowhere near as lucrative and as kind of trusting as cold calling. So again, unless you've got a really good team and some really good proxies in place to actually be messaging at this kind of scale, it's really not going to be worth it. And the final thing, and this is obviously what my company pushes for now after you've kind of scaled to that 10, 20K a month range, that's meta ads, targeting local businesses in your area. But again, this is one of those things where if you're a complete beginner, you're a complete newbie, it's probably not worth doing because again, the cost to effort is just not worth it, right? You're going to be burning so much money trying to figure out your ROAS, your CAC, making the ad templates, absolutely everything. So save this until you've got 10, 20K a month and then really start experimenting with it. And in terms of hiring a VA, this is once you get to about the 5 to 10K a month range, a VA meaning a virtual assistant to kind of handle all of this for you. Now, this is one of those things I see so many people get wrong. If you're hiring a virtual assistant, I use onlinejobs.ph. This is amazing to get Filipino workers. But keep in mind, you never want to hire a Filipino or a third world worker to do cold calling for you. They're simply not going to convert. You and I both know why. But what they can do is find you leads, make the websites for you, do the templates for you, get all the websites ready for those leads you do have. So never use them to actually close, but you definitely can use them to do those little tedious, lucrative tasks. If you do want to get someone to close, you want to be getting someone that's first world, arguably and preferably inside of your specific country. So if you're selling to Australians, you want to have an Aussie. Now, you can find this on Upwork. You can find this just in the local newspaper, make a job listing, whatever it might be. But again, I'd really save this for once you actually scale the agency. Now, once you do have a cold caller or anyone kind of working under your wing, you can either offer them an equity or commission-based percentage. Commission being for every client you bring on, I'll pay you $100. Equity being for every client you bring on, I'll give you 30% of whatever they generate us in lifetime CAC. That sort of makes sense, guys. I hope it does. But again, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to check out my public Discord server, discord.gg/mastermind. And if you want to work directly with me in scaling an agency, and again, if you don't have 20 clients at $197 a month by the end of the program, you get a complete money back guarantee. No questions asked whatsoever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of raw video, and I'll see you all later. Have a great day.